Logan Sargeant, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm now a factory driver for Ford, so that feels pretty good. Um, and yeah, I'm excited to be here.
You've had quite an experience the last year or two hopping around a bunch of different cars. I guess let's start with the prototype. We don't know, but you would know if you've driven a Ford prototype and we know they're developing one. What has that experience been like so far?
Well, I've yet to drive that one, but no, I'm looking forward to it. We have a long year of development for it for sure, and at some point down the road this year, we're gonna get to drive it for real. And the time being, just working alongside the team to help as much as I can to get that car ready to go, and doing some racing alongside that.
What is it like for you to enter into this Ford family, be in Detroit, and see this kind of show they're putting on to unveil everything they're doing this season?
Well, obviously, it's amazing. It's a privilege to be part of, honestly. Coming from South Florida, being around Ford cars, as you can imagine, all the time. And I think we've owned a Ford truck in our family since the day I was born. So to be part of that family as one of their drivers is super special. And, I just want to bring all my experience that I have to the table and push them forward as much as I possibly can.
And speaking of that experience, you've certainly had your share of it lately with IMSA and WEC. What do you feel like has shaped you the most in bringing who you are as a driver right now into this development?
Well, I think, I obviously came from a couple of years in F1. I picked up a lot of experience and knowledge doing that. But more so, I would say, was actually the time I took off. I took a certain amount of time off to really recalibrate. I feel like I've come back with a much better mentality for myself that works much better. Much less anxiousness, much less stress, just kind of going with the flow a little bit more, and I feel more comfortable.
Is there any practice you've developed you feel like you're going to bring back onto a grid situation? Because we know there's anxiety when you're walking around a paddock or any sort of garage. So is there yoga? Is there sort of a mentality that you're working with or practicing?
No, I think it was all within myself. Just not letting situations kind of become overwhelming. So you can control that on your own.
Great. We hope you have a great 2026.
Thank you very much.